and welcome to Stampin' Chat Live. I'm Gina from Gina K Designs, and it's great to see all of you coming in from all around the world. We're going to have fun today because I'm going to be using our brand new Winter Rose Stencil set, and I'm going to be making a card, and if I have time, I'm going to make a tag too. I want to show you a couple tips and tricks on how to expand this stencil to work not just as one big bold image, but to be able to move it around on the cardstock, do a little quick masking, and create a really vibrant card. And then if we do have time, I'd love to get a quick little tag in there too. But before we get started, let's say hello to Tom. Hey, Tom.
Happy crafternoon.
How are you?
I am better than horrible.
We match better. A little.
Yeah.
Yeah, you match like up here.
I'm falling for you.
Yes.
Yeah.
The fall colors. I love it. Mine's kind of a mix of fall and bright spring. I don't know.
Yeah.
So, how are you today?
I'm pretty good. Yeah.
Did you ride in? You rode your bike?
In the crisp autumn air. Yeah.
So brave. It was like 51 degrees this morning. Tom
48 actually.
How much?
48.
Oh gosh. And you were out there riding your bike.
Oh, it was sunny. It was nice. Yeah. No problem.
Yeah.
Very
well, good. Do you have a word of the day coming up later?
I have a word of the day.
Oh, good.
Word of the day.
I can't wait. Everybody was asking for it during our release party, and so I'm sure there's built-up tension. We're ready for a good one today.
Yeah. Okay.
So, no pressure.
You say so.
Okay, well, let's get started. So the stencil set that I'm going to be using today is this one here. This is the stencil. I posted this in our Facebook group if, does anybody know who designed this stencil? And actually, I was surprised. The comments were all over the place. Some people said Brian, some people said Rena. And of course, the majority of you said Alicia. And you were right. Alicia is my layered stencil artist. She's so good at figuring out how to get the layers in there without having the stencil fall completely apart, which when I used to try to do this, I had a lot of stencils that came back in several pieces. So it's great to have her helping me with this. And so what we're going to do today is we're going to create a card that has a frame that goes around the outside where the stencil kind of goes past the little panel in the center and into the frame with a lot of dimension in there. So I'm kind of excited. Now to do this card, you need a quarter sheet of cardstock. So that's what I have here. I have a quarter sheet of cardstock that I'm going to start with. And we want to make sure, I'm just going to double check this, and I'm also going to put my glasses on. We're going to, thank you guys. Y'all are so nice. Thank you. I feel refreshed today and rejuvenated. I don't know, maybe it's the crisp air that we have up here. So I'm going to put a little bit of tape runner behind this. All right, a little tape runner behind this, and I'm just going to tack this down here. Now I'm going to start, normally I would start with layer 1. Here's layer 1, and I am going to start with that as well. But one of the things that I normally start somewhere in the middle and then just cut it out, but I am going to actually start down here. I am going to get most of this stencil down here in this bottom corner like this. And I'm going to tack that down with a little bit of pixie tape. Ooh, some cold weather reports coming in. 38 degrees. Oh, yeah, I know. It's kind of a bummer. Spring and summer are gone and we're heading into fall. But you know what? It's okay. Fall is beautiful too, especially up here in Wisconsin. We've got the gorgeous colors happening, and it's all good. When you wake up and your feet hit the ground, it's a good day, right? So I'm going to use some sea glass, I'm going to use some Turquoise Sea, and I'm going to use Tranquil Teal. And I thought that I would make this one a Christmas card or a holiday card. Maybe it could be a Hanukkah card. It could be a just a happy holidays or a winter greetings kind of card. And I'm going to do this in 3 different colors. Now, if you have any of our layering colors, like our carnations or our lilacs, those are very easy to figure out what goes together. I do have a chart in our Facebook group, and also I think I have it on our website, but if I don't, I'll put it on our website today, and it'll be, if you click on the blog, that's where all of my charts and all of my printable PDFs are. So I will put it on there if it's not already on there today, so you can find it easily. And it shows you which colors go together that aren't like a light, medium, and dark labeled color. Like our spruces, for example, are labeled light spruce, medium spruce, and dark spruce, and they layer together very nicely. But so does jelly bean green, grass green, and fresh asparagus. You get the same kind of trio of greens, but you might not know that because it's not a light, medium, dark of the same name. So I made a chart for you so that you can figure that out a little bit better. Okay, so I'm going to start here with some sea glass ink. And I'm going to create this sea glass part of this stencil. Just going to go in a circular motion. And welcome everybody. I think I saw some of my industry friends pop in. Jennifer and Kathy Z, welcome, welcome. I don't know, did I see anybody else? Tom, you'll have to let me know if you see anybody else. But it's always nice when other people in the industry get a chance to stop in and support. I love how supportive our industry is. It's so sweet. And of course, we love you, our repeat offenders who are here week after week. Okay, so that's the sea glass. Now, if you want, you can add a second color, but I'm going to wait on that second color and I'm going to add it to the next layer. So I'm going to take this off and I am going to get layer 2 ready. So here is layer 2. This stencil is so easy to line up. Just find that little center point and line it up with that little center point, and you will see it lines up really, really nicely. Okay, there we go. And now I'm going to do my second layer with some Turquoise Sea. And I'm going to get a smaller brush for this one. And then I'm going to get a really tiny brush. So I have my standard brush, my small brush, and my fine detail brush here. That just makes it easier so I don't have to try to clean the colors off in between colors. So here we go with some Turquoise Sea. We'll start here in the center.
So Stephanie is asking, the paper that you put down to protect your workspace, what is that and where can we get it?
This is just a piece of craft cardstock. You don't need anything special. You could use a piece of copy paper for this. Now I know some people love using those mats. There are sticky mats available, and there are like those photopolymer mats that are available. And you can also use that. I've been just doing it this way for so long that it's like a habit. I need to like get out of it. And a couple of years ago, I had suggested to my manufacturer, because one time I just used the back of a background stamp as a sticky mat. And I suggested to our manufacturer that maybe they could do big pieces of photopolymer that could be sticky mats, and then he came up with one and he brought it to me. He flew to Wisconsin to have me try it. And it worked really nicely, and then I just forgot about it and we never did anything about it. Now I see them everywhere. So maybe we will do one again, because I think that might be fun. Okay, so now I'm taking this fine detail brush and I'm going to go just around like the inside areas of these different little petals, just to add a little bit of another color in here.
Question from Mary Ann, how do you get toner off the inside of the fuse carrier sheet? Made a bit of a boo-boo.
Oh, well, you can always try a little bit of rubbing alcohol and see if that works for you. But the good news is it shouldn't cause a problem, even if it's on there. It shouldn't be too much of a problem. So I wouldn't worry about it. If it's not, it shouldn't be transferring onto anything. So, you know, I would try it and see if it's just working fine. And if it's working fine, then, you know, don't worry about it. But a little bit of rubbing alcohol may take that off.
And what stencil is that you're using?
This is the new Winter Rose. All right, so I added a little bit of dark in there just to deepen it up. Isn't that pretty? Oh, I love that. That's so pretty. Okay, now I'm going to go on to my next layer here. So I know it seems weird because I'm going to be doing these all over the place, but I really want to get my first batch of leaves down because that's going to help me mask things off. So I'm going to use light spruce, medium spruce, and dark spruce for my leaves. So again, this is pretty easy to line up. You'll see kind of the cutout here of the flower, and you just kind of line that piece up over the flower, and it lines up really easily. Now, it's not snug up against it. There's a little, like, it's almost like a die cut. So you have like a little white edge that goes around the outside. But as long as you're close, it's going to look great.
Hey, Jay Sanders noticed you're wearing a different ring. What's that all about?
Oh, this? Well, Tom, I've been meaning to talk to you. Yeah. Been meaning to talk to you about this.
Yeah, that's been coming.
No, actually, I was driving home last night, and I was looking at my ring because I was thinking about cleaning it, and one of the prongs was gone. And I really feel blessed that I looked down and saw that one of the prongs was gone because, you know, that is just going to, that's going to let go one of these days, and my stone would be gone. So I have to take it to a jeweler. I'm just going to block this off right here with a Post-it note. It's a scary thing, you know? So, so this was an old ring that I had, and I thought, I'll just wear this until it's fixed. This way, you know, when I'm in the grocery store and all the men are trying to pick me up in my sweatpants and my sweatshirt with my hair in a messy bun, they'll know I'm taken. My God. That doesn't happen. Okay. So now I'm going to add a little bit of the next color. I know it is a blessing, right? I'm going to add some medium spruce here. I have another brush that had some darker spruce on it, so I'm going to use this. And I'm just going to kind of come in a little bit around the base of each of these flowers just to darken it a bit. You know, stuff happens. You really kind of feel like, wow, what if I hadn't looked down? If I had looked down and the stone was gone, I would have cried for sure. I mean, I think that, you know, it's probably insured. It's insured, right, Tom?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah. But still, it's just, it's not the same as the one that you got, you know? Okay. So now I'm going to take this off. Look how pretty that is. I love this stencil. And then I'm going to add this on top, and this is just the lines for the leaves.
There are prongs falling off all over the place.
Prongs falling off? All right. And then I'm going to do this one with dark spruce. So let's get the dark spruce. And I'm going to get a detail brush for this. I think it'll just get into the spots a little bit better. These kind of tight spots. We can go dark and then nice, nice. Love it.
It even looks good through the stencil.
It does, doesn't it? It looks fun. Okay, so now we've got our first rose on there. So now what I'm going to do is I am going to do a second rose, but I have to clean all these stencils first because I'm going to flip the stencil over. And that's something that I don't think often to do. I always think that, you know, oh, the stencil has to be used in the direction that it was designed. But it really creates then two different facing flowers when you flip it over. And I don't know why. It must just be, you know, like a mental block, how you always look for the marking at the bottom of the stencil. But I'm going to flip it. So we'll have the other one facing the other way. Now you could just rotate it, but I think flipping it is nice because you'll have kind of that same orientation. And this would be really good too if you're using it for something like a gatefold card or something like that, where you just flip it over, you get the exact opposite design. It's a mirror image. Okay. The hard part is when you're trying to line things up and you don't realize that you've got one layer flipped. That's when you're like, wait a minute. Okay, so we're going to add, let me go to the layer 1 again. So I have the writing down here, so I'm just going to flip it over, and we're going to use the other side.
You know if we have wreath builders coming in?
We do.
All right.
Okay, so this one is going to be a little smaller, but that is totally fine. And I'm going to get it right real close to that leaf, but not overlapping the leaf.
Is this anywhere near as easy as it looks?
It is. It's super easy. Trust me, it's really easy. I don't do very many hard techniques. I really don't. I like crafting to be enjoyable and doable, and I love it when people have really good results. And so I try to stay away from really, really technical things like no line coloring. You guys saw that video of my faux line coloring. I like to go the path of least resistance. So I think you'll have a lot of luck with this. You'll find that it's very easy to do. Okay. So back to sea glass again. Love sea glass. I collect Fiesta ware. That's another thing that I love, Fiesta ware. If you don't know what Fiesta ware is a company Fiesta is a company that makes dishes. And I love to cook. You guys know that. I think that if I wasn't a card maker, YouTuber, I would actually cook on YouTube because I love cooking. And here I'm going to put layer 2 on. I did remember to turn it over, so that's good. And they just came out with a color. In fact, I did send a screenshot of it to Jennifer because I thought she would like these too. They came out with a color called Sky. And Sky is it's like sea glass. It's so pretty. So that's on my list. I think I used Turquoise Sea. Did I just use Turquoise Sea? I think I did. Here's sea glass. This is Turquoise Sea. You know what? We're going to go with it. I think I did. I have to go back and look on the video to see what I did.
Gina K on the fly.
We'll be fine. This seems to be blending darker, but we'll see. It's such a pretty color. So I use the Shop app. I don't know if you guys use the Shop app when you shop at Gina K Designs, but Shop is a really cool way to pay. And I'll tell you why. One of the reasons why I love paying with Shop. First of all, Shop stores all of your information. So when you're shopping on your phone and you just kind of want to do a quick purchase, you don't have to go and dig for your credit card number. What they do is they send you a code by text, and it just confirms who you are, and then it auto-populates everything, including your address and your credit card information and all of that, and you shop using this Shop Pay app. So we use Shopify as our store, which allows us to use Shop, which is amazing. But the cool thing about Shop is every time you make a purchase, you get Shop bucks. And then you can go to different stores and spend those Shop bucks. And
shucks.
So I knew there'd be a word of the day out of that. And the Fiesta Ware store lets you pay with Shop bucks. So I use Shop Pay on a lot of, some of our bigger manufacturers will accept Shop Pay. So I've collected some Shop bucks, and I was able to buy some dishes using my Shop bucks. And so I got some Sky dishes just because I had to have them.
We're fast approaching service for about 80, aren't we?
I know, it's a problem. I could invite everybody in the chat right now to come over for dinner, and I think I'd have enough dishes for all of you. You know, we all have our things, right? We all have our things that we collect outside of our crafting supplies. That's always going to be a thing. Okay, now, here is what I'm going to do. I'm going to get a piece of masking magic. So let me find my masking magic. I want to find the big ones. So masking magic strips come in 3 different sizes. They come in the 1/8 of an inch, the 1/4 of an inch, and the 1/2 inch. And I'm going to use a 1/2 inch piece here. And so I am just going to block this one off altogether because I don't need to add anything there. So I'm just doing that. And then I'm going to take my scissors and I'm just going to cut a little oval shape, a little like semicircle here, just like that, little semicircle. And I'm just going to cover up. Maybe I'll do a little point on the other side too. And I'm just going to cover this up here. I'm going to do the same thing for the other side. I'm actually going to move that down just a little bit. What did I do with my tweezers? Here they are. Probably would have been better if I laid them down with my tweezers. See, I struggle with the tools, not jewels thing. I'm better with the just using my hooks. My hooks. Okay, and then we'll do one more little half circle here, like that, and we'll just pop that right over there. We're just masking that off, okay? And then I'm going to do the same thing over here. Just doing a little mask. So, and you don't have to like measure anything, just kind of get it so that it's close. That's pretty good. And I'll do another one. I'm not going to worry about it too much. There we go. Just make a meet there. And I'll do the same thing over here. I'm just kind of creating. You could see right through it too. You could see like how much you have covered. I'll just use that to block that off. Okay, so we only have to do that once. And now we're going to add the rest of the leaves. And then I don't really have to add any more leaves if I don't want to. So we'll put this down here again because I see that being a problem. So just created a quick little mask. We can add more greenery, but we don't have to do it in a way that we need to mask. Okay. Now, for this next one, I'm going to actually add my medium spruce again. Just close to the perimeter there.
Trevor wants to know if you've ever done a cruise in card making.
I did. Many years ago. We did a card making cruise. It was, I don't know, I bet some of you will remember this time. We did a card making cruise with, do I have this the right way? Yeah, I do. With Paper Tray and Stamping Bella. So it was me and Emily and Nicole Hetty, and we did a cruise with 150 card makers. And they did, gosh, we did a class almost every night of the cruise. And you would go from class to class. We had like 3 conference rooms, and we would go from class to class. And it was really fun. It was a lot of work, though, a ton of work, but very, very fun. So you can see I just laid this right on top of the other stencil. And the reason I did that is because I didn't want to have to pull off all those masks again. So I just went stencil over stencil. And this here I don't have to worry about because that's actually masked off there. So yeah, that was fun, but it was a ton of work. I remember when we had to get all of the kits because everybody got a big kit and oh, look at that. Isn't that fun?
Wow.
Okay, now I'm going to use these same blue stencils without... I did get a little green there. I should have masked that off. Didn't think about that. But we'll cover that up with some blue. So now I'm going to keep this stencil upside down here, and I'm just going to go right into this area, this empty area here. And I'm going to add another rose. Just another little piece of a rose. So again, I'm going to try to remember to start with sea glass, although I don't think they look too much different. So maybe I didn't load my brush as much. Oh, it was fun. We went to the Western Caribbean.
Love this comment from Riva.
Stencils make me feel like I'm an artist. Oh, Riva, you are so right about that. And I think all of the crafters in the chat will agree that stencils do make you feel like you know what you're doing, right? They just make it easy. All right. Actually, I will leave that in there because I'm going to do another one right over here. See, I'm just filling in little areas here. Same color. Just want to get blue in at least, you know, all 4 areas. Okay. And we can even put a little blue down here if we want. Just by adding that one little petal. We could put a little green down there too, but I'm going to do the blue because I feel like, you know, that'll give us blue in the 4 corners. And we don't know how these roses are growing. These roses could be growing wild all over the place. There we go. Okay, so now we're going to go to layer 2. See, it's easy. You just kind of angle it in wherever it fits. That's all. Just kind of scooch it in there. Alrighty, now let's see. I got to see how this one went on first. Okay, it went on this way. And if it's easier for you to line it up, you can leave the stencil on there and you could do both layers at one time. So you could leave this stencil here like this, and then you could lay this one on top because that's kind of easy to figure out how to line it up. And then you could do your next color and then move and do the next 2 colors, if that makes sense. So maybe I'll do that. That will make it easy. Okay. I hear all kinds of action outside of our studio today. So now we're going to go in with the Turquoise Sea. And then we'll add just a tiny little bit of Tranquil Teal, whatever's left here on this brush. No, I think I need just a little more, so I'm just going to grab a little up here. Okay, that looks good. And then we'll do the same thing here. I think, did I use that one? Yep. So if you want to replace that stencil, you could do this without, you could do each layer before you move the stencil. I didn't do that because I thought I was going to be able to line it up like a champ, but this is actually a lot easier. Okay. I'm going to go with Turquoise Sea there. And then a little Tranquil Teal. Go. Okay. Now we're going to do this one up here. I'll line it up again, but you can see it's all filling in so nicely, isn't it? Okay. I have another video where I did this kind of card. I can link it if you want to see it done with a completely different stencil from way back, and how I mask those leaves off. This way, if you have different leaves and you have one of our other Gina K stencils, I can show you a couple different ways to do this. But with this stencil, I don't know, there's something about the rose. I just love this rose. Let's see, now how did I put this on? There we go. Can you see it? Like it just disappears so you know it's lined up. So I will link that other video so you can easily find that as well. All right. Tom, if there's any questions, just shout them out to me because I am not getting the comments. Okay. And then we'll add that little bit of Tranquil Teal in there just to get that deep color. When you layer them together, you kind of got to go a little bit on an angle to get in there close to the edge. Okay. Alrighty. Now, I'm not done yet because I still see a little bit of places where I could do one more thing, and I'm going to do it. I'm going to take this layer, so this is layer 3, and I'm going to add just a tiny bit of green. So I only really need the lightest color, which is the light spruce, because I'm just going to put a tiny bit of that in there for this one. Just maybe, we'll see. I might need the little point. We'll see. We'll lay the point on top and see if I can see it coming through. We can actually do it anyway. Let's just add a little bit of the point. Doesn't matter. Just pick a point. It doesn't even have to be the right point. And we can add that in there just so that it kind of fills in the same way. And then we'll do the same thing up here. Let's go with this one, that leaf. And we'll go with the light spruce again. And we'll just pick any little point. Where'd my dark spruce go? I had it here. How do you lose a whole ink pad? Oh, here it is. Okay. It's not until you start complaining about it, though, that you find it, right? So I just picked one. It doesn't matter which line you pick.
Better yet, how do you lose a whole skid of ink pads?
Yeah, well, we've done that, right? Okay. We lost a whole skid of stamps for an event. That was fun. All right, let me pull this off here and you can see now. There you go. So now it's got that more patterned paper feel to it. If you like it better this way, you could do it this way. That's kind of nice. Because I didn't mask that off right there. So maybe I'll do it here and then I can add my greeting right over that so you won't even see it. But I don't know. I kind of like them both.
Why does that seem so three-dimensional?
I know, doesn't it? Can use it in any orientation, too. You could do it this way. TJ, yes, there is going to be a kit next month. Okay, I am going to clean up these ink pads just a little bit here so that I don't touch any brushes or anything by mistake. And get those out of the way. Now, I'm going to get my die cutting machine. So we are going to cut this.
Scary.
The cutting it? I know, it's very scary. This is the worst part for me. And I'm using the regular cutting mat on this because I know the magnetic mat is great and everything, but I gotta tape everything down. I'm too nervous. I'm just too nervous. Everything has to stay in place.
I never realized there was so much fear involved in card making.
Fear. This is the fear-based card making. Okay, so now we're going to use the stitch die from Master Layouts 2. And I want to get this nice and straight, and I'm going to cut this out. Now I want to make sure that it's centered, and it's perfectly centered. So that looks pretty good. But can you see my fear of just hoping for the best when it goes through? I just, no. So I'm going to just take some masking magic here, just some little pieces of masking magic. And once I get it in the right spot, it looks pretty good. Does it look good? I mean, I could get a ruler and measure, but I think eyeballing it is going to be good enough. That looks straight. So I'm going to hold that, and I'm going to put masking magic there.
Yeah, that always works out for me.
What, eyeballing it? Like when we hang a picture. And then I'm just going to put my platform right on top there and run it through. That's true, card stamper. You could find another ink pad and then, or buy another ink pad, and then you'll be sure to find whatever you buy a second time, you'll find it. It's a great way to find it. Okay, now I am going to be gentle with taking the masking magic off because we did kind of squish it through the machine. But it's pretty low tack. But, you know, it's high tack enough to hold it, so that's good.
Do you sell the gray platform plate separately?
We have those coming. Oh, we do. We do have them, and I'm not sure if we have them in stock. If we don't, they're definitely on their way because I did just get a shipping notice for our magnetic mats too. So, yeah, we should check our site, but we do sell just this gray plate as a backup. Okay, so now I've got my two pieces here. They puzzle in there very nicely. And now, let's cut a greeting. But before we do, I think I'm going to foil a greeting for this. So I happen to have this sitting right out here, my fuse. So I am going to just turn this on to setting 3. Now, if you don't know anything about foiling and you're wondering, what the heck is she doing? This is our polyglaze sheets that coordinate with our holiday stamp set here, our holiday floral stamp set. Now I could just stamp this, I could emboss it, I could just stamp it in black ink, that would be fine too, but I want to add a little sparkle and shine into this. So I think I'm going to do one of these polyglaze designs, and they will cut out with the coordinating dies that come with the stamp and die bundle. So I'm going to take one of these sheets out. Foil! Yes, Jennifer, foil. We got to do another foiling video together. Jennifer and I did a fun foiling video. I'll do Happy Holidays because I've been doing nonstop Merry Christmas. So I will do Happy Holidays this time. To you and yours. And we have a tag team video. We have a tag team video coming out this week, too. So for those of you that like our tag team videos that Jennifer McGuire and I do together, we are going to be live on Friday doing another tag team, and we're going to be doing all kinds of fancy folds. So definitely check that out. We did one on foil techniques. It didn't start out as a tag team video. We were just going to share some foiling techniques, but it ended up that we were just going back and forth and back and forth. And everybody liked it, so we decided to make it a regular thing. So it became tag team techniques, and we've done several of them since. It's really fun. We hope you will join us for that. I'm going to go with the gold because that's what I have here. I think silver would be pretty too, but let me go with gold because gold shows up on the camera a little bit better.
That hum you're hearing is the foiler.
Yeah, that's the machine. So I'm going to take a piece of our 14 karat fancy foil and I'm going to cut this out. And then, did I bring my Swiffer? I did. So I have a Swiffer duster here. I want to dust the front of the polyglaze to make sure there's no dust. We all get dust all over our workstation when we're using embossing powders and embossing magic pads and things like that. So it's always good to dust and then put these two pieces together. I can see dust on the front of this, actually. And then we're going to put it into the carrier sheet. Now, somebody asked me if there's a way to see the grain. There is a way to see the grain. You have to look really closely on the back of the foil. But on the back of the foil, I can see it if I turn it into the light that the grain goes in this direction. I know you guys can't see that. It's not picking it up. Maybe it is a little bit, but you can see it, and you want to send your foil through the machine with the grain for less wrinkling if you're having that problem. Not everybody has that problem. Some people, they foil and they never have a problem. So, Angelica, you can't use your foil, you can't use your heat press for this kind of thing. You have to have some sort of laminating machine, like a Mink or a Fuse, or even a regular household laminator, although they don't give you quite the best results. Now, I hate to waste that little piece of foil that's on the end here, so I think I'm going to use that for this. So let's peel this off first, and you can see how pretty that Happy Holidays is. And you could do these in any color you want. We've got tons of different colors of foil. I'm going to go ahead and cut off this little piece that I didn't use. And dust again. And we'll put those together. That's why I say never throw out your foil, because you can use every little scrap. And we'll send that through. There we go. And then this could actually be used with our white polyglaze sheets. Polyglaze is the material that the foil sticks to. And we have them in plain white as well. I'm looking in my box of tricks over here, but I don't think I have any with me. I took a bunch of stuff home because I was crafting at home over the weekend and making all of our cards for our release, but you can put this piece onto the white polyglaze and then you get the negative and you can cut that out with the die. So you get 2 for 1. So I say don't waste anything. Use it all. And of course, I've got probably 35 or so videos on my YouTube channel showing you how to foil, from like the very beginning foiling videos that I did way back when I started Foil Mates with ThermoWeb all the way up to today. So there we go. We use that cute little scrap to make that. Alrighty. So let me put my foil away and get it out of here. And then I will die cut this and we'll turn this into a card. Okay. And then the good news is I think we're going to be able to make that tag. I know it's getting really late, but I think we're going to be able to make that tag because I already have a bunch of things already cut out and I have a tag cut out. And we can whip a quick tag together. But it would have been nice if I had cleaned this die out the last time I used it. So let me just poke out all the... Gosh, I think I have more than one build up in here. There we go. Okay. So we'll put that there. And we'll just tape that down. I don't know if that's gonna... You know where I want to look on this? I want to look right here in these 2 H loops. And make sure that that all looks centered, and that does. So that's good. Okay, and then to you and yours. That doesn't look right.
Ewan's is.
Better. Ewan's is. Oh, don't even get me started on Ewan's. When Tom and I had our band, we used to travel all over the country and playing music, and we would pick up, the different ways that people say things in different parts of the country. And Tom and I are originally from Philadelphia, so in Philadelphia, they say, instead of like, and not everybody says this, but a lot of people will say, if they're talking about more than one person, they might say, like, if I'm just telling you something, I would say, yeah, are you coming over? But then if I'm asking if the whole family is coming, I might say, are yous coming over? Right, yous? Right, Tom? Is that the way you use it? I don't know. I never used it like that, but...
That is the correct usage, yes.
Use. And then, if it was even more relaxed, it'd be yiz.
Usage.
But Tom and I played in a place called Cape Girardeau, Missouri. And apparently, the plural for use is Ewan's. That even might be like more than two.
I love that.
Like you, use, and Ewan's. And we were laughing kind of because it was, Oh, you know what I forgot to cut out too? Back to the die cutting machine. I need to cut out a black panel.
Come on.
From Master Layouts too. So I will do, I know. We're getting looser and looser with these videos. Just whatever works, right? Used to be a lot more professional. So Tom, while I'm cutting this out, might you have a word of the day?
It's time.
It's time for the word of the day.
For the word of the day. Are you strapped in?
Uh-oh. Should I be? You need to get your face in here if you're going to do the word of the day. There we go.
Okay. Today's word of the day, you've been waiting so patiently, is asphalt. Okay, so asphalt, a lot of us have asphalt in our driveway, and that's all over the place. But if you have a serious asphalt issue, you may want to consult with a proctologist. Asphalt. Public service announcement, word of the day. Back to the dead space.
Oh my gosh. Don't unsubscribe. Just don't unsubscribe. That's very funny. I like that. That's actually very creative, Tom.
We have your dearly beloved father to thank for that.
It's true, yeah. Oh, man. All of a sudden, there's 5 people left watching. Okay, I'm making a card base here. I just completely have lost everything now. That's great. That is very funny. Now, remember I told you guys that I always take like the cardstock that's like a little messed up. So my cardstock might not be actually the right size here. So I'm just going to trim a tiny little bit off. Just really, when I say little, I mean like hairs. Okay. So now we're going to assemble this card. So the first thing we're going to do is I'm going to get a little bit of glue, and I am going to check this first to make sure it fits. And I'm going to glue this frame onto the card base. Oh my goodness. That was funny. That was very funny. That's a great word of the day. Tom, they want a book. I've had people actually send me private messages saying, Tom needs a book of all the word of the days. You'd have to go back and watch every video.
Book o' the word o' the day.
Yes. And I'm going to just kind of lay that on there. There we go. Okay. So I don't know which side. I think I got it right in the right orientation, but it wouldn't matter. Just flip this around if it's wrong. So now I'm going to adhere these two panels together. Tell your friends this is worth watching just for the word of the day today. And then I'm going to see if I have any Masking Magic strips. I do. So, not Masking Magic strips, shaker strips. Because I want this to be nice and... I'm reading the comments now, Tom. I'm trying not to be distracted, but the comments are so funny. People are saying, I will never look at the road the same way again. So I'm just kind of building this up a little bit with some of these shaker strips. These are just really thick foam tape. And
Not So Crafty Mike guessed the word of the day.
he did.
From Not So Viral Tom.
Not so viral. You used to be not so shady.
Not So Shifty.
Shifty, right? Not so shifty. Oh my gosh. It's too funny. All right. Let's I'm done for I'm spent for today. I that was really a funny word of the day. It's very funny. Just gonna fill this in a little bit here. Make sure it doesn't sink in the middle. And now I'm going to peel these off, and of course this, I could put glue on these to like slide them around a little bit, but I love a challenge, so I'm going to do my best. I'm going to just do my best. I need to get right over and get my head in the way, but all right, we're just going to look at it, make sure it looks straight, and boom, there we go.
Wow.
So now we've got a lot of dimension in there, right? Isn't that pretty? And now we're going to put these on with some foam squares. I might have to save the tag. We'll see. We'll see. Can do it fast. You have time, Tom? Or do you have a meeting?
All I have is time.
Okay. Well, then we can do it. So, you know, sometime we're actually at work here, and like Tom has like business things to do, and we have meetings and stuff. So I never like to go over without at least making sure that he doesn't have something on his plate, because we are in the office, and it is hustling and bustling around here today. I cannot believe that so many people have already gotten their shipping notices too from our release the other night. They are cranking out there. I think we have like 5 ship teams going. So that's pretty cool. Very busy.
This place makes coffee nervous.
It does. Especially right after a release. Woo! Everybody's moving and flying. All right. So let's go ahead and put this down. Just this little bit of sparkle will be so nice. We're going to complete the card though. We're not going to rush it. So put this right over here so you don't really notice that stem issue that I had. There we go. And then it's fun to work here. It really is. We had our potato bar on release day, and now everybody's like thinking that we need to do that every release. So I think the next one is a soup and salad bar, and then we're going to do a taco bar. There's always ice cream. Okay, so there is the greeting on there. And then, of course, I've got to add a few little pearls. So I'm going to use these empty white spaces here. Just actually squeezed 2 dots at once. So we'll put one there. We'll do one here. We'll do one over here and here and maybe right in here. Okay, so we'll do a couple different sizes. I just need to pull these out to try to get to the little ones. There's some little ones that flew out. Here's a little one. And we'll put a bigger one up there. Not huge, but bigger. And like there's some colors in here that aren't even supposed to be here. Sometimes you get like freebies. They must be jumpers, you know, when they're being manufactured, that they just jump from one machine to the other, I guess, maybe. I don't know. I feel like we need like something else, like maybe one up here. A tiny. There's a tiny. And now we have an even amount, which we can't have, so we'll do like one over here. I'll do one more bigger one down there. Okay. So there we go. A little scattering of pearls. And so on release night, I showed you a red one that I made. And I used the Red Hot and faded brick to do the flowers. And then I used black to kind of play off the black perimeter there. I used the little black. And I did this in radiant red foil. So there's a Christmas one and a holiday one. So now I know it's time. I've got 2 minutes, but it's going to take 10 minutes at the most. I'm going to do a quick tag for you because I did promise. And let me close my glue so it doesn't dry in the meantime. So I already cut out a tag. I have a tag here. And I wanted just to do one that wasn't holiday oriented. Because I know, a lot of you guys are, maybe you're done your holiday cards for this year and you're working on some all occasion cards. And so I wanted to do something that would have, something that maybe you could hang on to a little gift bag for a birthday or something like that. So I want to use the same stencil, but I have to clean it real quick because I want to use the carnations. I love our carnation, our light, medium, and dark carnations. And I haven't used them for a while, so I thought I would do a quick tag using that. And I want to show you how quickly you can make a tag because you don't need to do all the masking or anything else if you're not using that technique that I just used with the frame, and you're just doing one. You're just doing one flower. You don't need all of that, and it goes so quickly. So I am just cleaning these up real quick with alcohol. I like cleaning them with alcohol. It goes really fast and they dry really quickly. And especially when you're doing like the flip-flop kind of thing like we did in the first project, you want to make sure that you don't have any water sitting on your stencil anywhere because it will ruin your cardstock for sure. So you do want to make sure that it's completely dry. Okay, so we're going to do, we'll just come in from this bottom side here. So I will put a tiny little bit of tape right on the back here, just to hold it in place. And then we will do this. I'm going to do the, let's see, what do I want to do? Yeah, I think I can just put this right here in the middle like this. I want to see where the leaves go though. Let me see. I want the leaves to go up kind of high. So, do I have this right? So
Happy birthday.
You can kind of see where it's going to go. I want the leaf to go all the way up here to the top. So, because I want to fill in on that one side. So I'll start my flower right down here. Somebody's birthday today?
Yes, Mary from New Zealand.
Oh, happy birthday, Mary. Now, I need to find a brush. So let's see. This looks like it might be a good brush to use. And I'm going to use the light, medium, and dark carnations here. Maybe just the light and medium. Let's see how it goes. So let me get my ink stand. And I cut this tag out of our Tag Trio die set. And that looks like this. It's got 3 tags. It doesn't come with a magnet. Only our coordinating products do. You know, if they have like if it's a full die set that has a coordinating stamp set, it comes with a magnet. But we sell extra magnets that you can buy, and I just like storing my dies on magnets. Okay, so we're going to start this with some light carnation. This is such a pretty color. And if you're looking for a cardstock that works with our carnations, try Innocent Pink. It's a really good cardstock color. And it works really nicely with, also Dusty Rose looks really nice with the carnations, if you want something a little deeper. Okay. That's pretty, that color. And now, let me get layer 2. We could lay it right on top. If that makes it easier for you, by all means do that, to lay it right on top and stencil through it. I am not going to do that this time. Look at that. That's so pretty. I'm just going to find the spot, get it a little flatter. There we go. And tape that down. And we'll go with the medium carnation next. I'm not even changing brushes. So get in there with this. This is so vibrant. Such a beautiful color. And I love how these stencils make it so easy. It gives you so much depth to your project without really needing to be that good at, you know, creating that depth on your own, which I'm not. Let's see if I have a tiny brush close by. I might. Yeah, I do. I'm going to add just a little dark carnation in here. Just a little bit. Just to make the center a little bold. There we go. Okay. Pretty, pretty. Now we'll add our leaves. We'll go to layer 1. That's looking good. Lay that in place. And I'm going to use the same greens again. Number 1, because I like them. Number 2, because I just happen to have an old baker's twine from a million years ago that matches. And number 3, because they're just sitting right here. That makes it easy, especially when you're trying to make a tag in, 10 minutes. All right, so we're going with the light first. And then I probably should just block this off, because you know me. It's almost scary, you see this really pretty rose and you're rubbing green all over. But fortunately, we are safe. Okay. And then we're going to do our very last layer. Oh, that's pretty. We'll do our last layer. I have to be able to read it. There it is. That makes it easy. And we'll do this layer with the medium spruce instead of going with the dark. I could have added a little medium to the leaves just for color, but I think this will work just fine. Let me find my little brush that I already put away. Here it is. These spruces are really pretty. It's a great color for Christmas. It's a great Christmas green. It has just a hair more blue in it. Our fresh asparagus and jelly bean and grass green are more yellow olivey greens. And this is more of the blue green that you think more traditionally for Christmas. Okay, super simple, right? Now I'm going to get my mono sand eraser. Now, if you want the back of your tag to look really pretty, cut a second tag. All you have to do is cut a second one and then glue them back to back, and the back of your tag will be really pretty. You can also use these tags as the focal part of your card. So rather than using an oval or a square or a rectangle, you can use a tag and pop that onto your card. And I did talk about on release night how if you take a tag like this and you put it onto your card and you just seal around the three sides, how you can make this actually a little gift card holder by keeping the side open on the card. So it's a card and a gift. So if you don't want to just make a tag, you can make it into a focal image for your card.
Tracy wants to know, what color inks would you use to do a white rose? Is that a trick question?
If I was going to do a white rose, I always tend to lean toward the grays, because the grays, giving a little bit of gray in there. But you could also absolutely go with white and use like craft cardstock and then use white pigment ink. And maybe for your second layer, let that dry completely and then just use for your second layer a really soft mist of like our Whisper ink, which is a super pale gray, or even a little soft stone. So I think we'll make this a birthday tag. And I happen to have a gold foiled happy birthday. This is from our new incentive set called Elegant Thoughts. And that incentive set is yours free with any $75 purchase. It has to be $75 in product, and it automatically ships, so you don't have to put it in your cart. There is a coordinating die set for it too, which allows you to cut out all the dies and, cut out all the stamped words. And there's also the coordinating polyglaze sheets, which is what I used here. And you can pick those up separately. So if you don't want to use that stamp set and you want to have foil instead, you can do that by picking up the coordinating polyglaze sheets. Okay, so we're going to pop this on here. Yeah, I would think a white rose would be really cool. And, give it a try and see how that white ink looks. You can layer white ink too, which is nice because pigment ink is kind of thick and it's layerable. So you could do one layer and then you could go back with a second layer just on the second stencil and have that be a little brighter. And then we will add a couple of these as well to that. Let's just put them in and around the words here.
Blingering.
Blingering. We'll just do 3 for this. We'll make it very simple. Although they would be really pretty up here too. So I think I'll add a couple more. I'll do one here because there's a little weird thing on my cardstock there. So I'll cover that. That's what, you talk to any crafter and mistakes and weird little smudges and things, they are just opportunities for embellishing. So we use just tiny ones. That one's a weird color. I'm telling you, I have like so many different lots of these, and I'm not sure that they're always exactly the same gold. They should be, but sometimes things just happen. We use a bigger one too. Not super big, but like half big. The medium. Medium is half big. Oh my gosh. I have my own words of the day going on over here, Tom. I don't know what I'm saying half the time.
You make up quite a few words of the day.
I do. I contribute sometimes. There we go.
Bluier.
Bluier, yes. It's blue, and this is bluier. Over the years, I have contributed, for sure. Okay. So I'm just going to move these out of the way so you don't see them. And then this is the twine I was telling you about. I had this old twine. I don't even know like what brand. I think this was our old Gina K twine that we had. We don't have it anymore, but this one green, and I didn't use it very much because it didn't match any of our greens because we didn't have the spruces yet. And so now I've got a roll of it, and I'm just going to use it because it works. So what I'm doing here is I double looped it, and then I'm going to bring these through the loop like that. Then I'm going to pull that nice and straight, and I'm going to tie it like this, and I'm going to just bring this through. Oop, got to bring it all through though. I don't know how to, let me do that again so that it's clean. I just kind of want to bring this loop through here. Like that. So it looks kind of clean there. And then I'm just going to trim this. So that's kind of pretty. And then I've got, this is just Eau Frais ribbon from the fabric store. I'm going to cut a little of that, and then I'm going to add a little bow right up here, just so I continue on with the gold. It's not going to be a spectacular bow of any sort, but I think it'll just be cute to have a little bit of gold up here as well. So then we have gold on the greeting, we have gold on the little jewels, the little gems, and then we'll have a little touch of gold up here at the top of the tag, just to bring it all together. So let's get this out of the way. And again, like I said, it's not going to be a spectacular bow. It doesn't have to be. Just wanted to add a little sparkle and shine up there. So you could play with it, you know. I want to just get it tight, and then I can kind of pull the loops a little smaller. They don't have to be quite that big. And then I'll just trim that and trim that. And there we have a cute little tag. And you can see all of the sparkle and shine on that. So that'd be good to hang on a birthday gift, or hang on a bottle of wine, or a bottle of bubble bath, something like that. If you go down to your favorite oil and vinegar shop, you could hang it on something like that too. Okay, so there's the tag, and here is the card. And then once again, I'm going to show you the card that I made for our release party. And then also the Hanukkah tag that I made for our release party in the purple, well, in the powder blue and the blue denim. So you could see like the difference in those blue. Let me zoom out. I'm like trying to fit it in. Like, why doesn't it fit? Well, here's why. There we go. Move that out of the way. But you can see how nice, you know, you can make cards and you can make tags with this stencil. They can be holiday oriented, they can be everyday gift oriented, whatever works for you. But these big, bold stencils are so fun to use, and this layout is so fun to use too. And I will find that old video that I made with this same layout from years ago. I will pop that into the description later so that if you wanted to see other stencils in action, you can. Oh, this is so much fun. And thanks for humoring me into an extra 17 minutes today. It was great to spend the extra time with you. All right, so tomorrow Jennifer and I are going live. I think we decided noon Central Time. So that'd be 1 o'clock her time, but I should probably look. Let me look at YouTube and see what she posted. If she's still here, she can tell me. But if not, I will just jump over to her YouTube channel real quick and see what time she has us scheduled for so I don't tell you the wrong time. Okay, live. Noon Central Time. So we would love you to join us for that. We're going to be doing all kinds of fancy folds, little tips and tricks on fancy folds. And I also have a few templates on the Gina K Designs website that you can download for free with a lot of the fancy folds that I'll be sharing tomorrow. And I know Jennifer, the way her brain works, we're all going to be wowed. So that's going to be a lot of fun. And then Tom and I will be back next Tuesday night. I think, right, Tom? Are you going to be here Tuesday night, or am I going to be by myself? I think I'm going to be by myself.
You might be...
I might be all alone. Tom has a meeting, and I don't know that he's going to be able to get out of it. But you guys will be here for me, so we'll figure out a way to make it work together. So Tuesday night for another Stamp and Chat Live. And... we can't wait to see you tomorrow and next Tuesday. If you would like to join our Facebook group, you can join us at Gina K Designs and Stamp TV Friends. Just search that in Facebook and join. It's a private group. We have a couple questions and some rules to agree to, but come join 47,000 members, the nicest members on Facebook, not just the nicest crafters. It's such a fun group. And then if you see anything you like here, make sure you head over to our website. This new Winter Rose Stencil is available, as well as lots of the other items that you saw here at GinaKDesigns.com in the What's New category.
Somebody wants a gift card.
Oh, yeah. Let's do a gift card. That's a great idea. Let's do a gift card. Tom, do you have time to do 2?
We do.
All right, because we didn't do one during our release party. So let's do 2 gift cards. So anybody that left early, got to be here to win. Well, maybe. We'll see. Tom's gonna spin from all the names, right?
All right.
Okay. All right, where are you? Come in. There you are. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
So drum roll, please. Here we go. Give it away. And the winners are, first winner is Connie Dunbar. Connie
Yay,
Dunbar.
Connie.
And Helen Meese. Helen Meese.
Helen, congratulations. All right, ladies, all you have to do is send your name and email address to info@GinaKDesigns.com, and our customer service team will get those digital $15 gift cards out to you. You can use them whenever you want because they don't expire. And then Tom and I will see you tomorrow with Jennifer on her channel and back here on our YouTube channel next Tuesday night. In the meantime, everybody, stay safe and healthy. We love you all so very much, and we'll see you again real soon. Bye-bye.